you book lovers out there and those who appreciate the written word in all its hues to the fourth edition of the Valley of Words International Literature and Arts Festival here in Dehradun. And we have lined up for you a lot of book launches of some exciting, some nostalgic, some memorable books for you. And today is very, very special because we are with someone really special, very young at heart, 20-year-old, Mr. Raj Kanwar. And we
Thank you.
have the honor at WOW to officially release his book, Dateline, Dehradun today. A very warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate very much the decision of the Valley of Words to give me this opportunity of launching my book, Dateline Dehradun. I thank all of you for this special courtesy extended to an old man of 90 years of age. God bless you.
The honor is entirely ours, sir, and let me take this opportunity on behalf of WOW to congratulate you on recently celebrating your 90th birthday. And all of you book lovers out there, he is known as Uncle Raj to a lot of people in Dehradun. So the honor is entirely ours, sir. So you have been writing for almost 20 years, 2 decades now, or maybe more. Thousands of articles, essays, columns. What, according to you, gives your pieces that unique Raj cover stamp? Is it some humor? Is it the way you research? What makes them so Raj?
Uh, as I understand your question, uh, what is my compulsion to write at this age, 90 years of age? Why do I write at this age? When most people like to rest, relax, and sleep most of the time. Why should I write? Writing seems to have become a compulsion with me, like eating food. So if I don't write any day, I feel restless, like a fish out of water. So writing is a part of my life now for the past 20 years or almost all my life, much of my life. But then at that time I was more like a journalist, newspaper man, reporter, correspondent, special correspondent, editor, all that, even a proofreader. So besides that, now writing seems to become an integral part of my daily routine. If I don't write any day, I feel really, as I said earlier, like a fish out of water. So I thank Valley of Words people for launching this book like this in a big way. And thank you, Madhulika, for finding time to do all this. I
No,
really
no,
appreciate all this. Thank
no, it's an absolute pleasure. And let me tell our viewers, those who are listening in and seeing that Sir used to be with ONGC and also handled its public relations department. And his two earlier books are a history of ONGC
you.
and, in
Yeah.
some sense, India.
I
So
have a
this
question
is
about.
actually
I didn't understand the question, please. Uh, Hey, just a minute. I didn't understand the question. Can
I'm
you
going
ask
to
it
tell
again?
the question. Yes, yes. So, what attracts you to Dehradun, sir? Why do
Listen,
you find this special?
Dehradun has some quality which is not describable. There's some X factor to Dehradun, X factor. Anybody who comes to Dehradun, even for a short period, it stays here. It doesn't go back. When we came to Dehradun, post independence of the country in 1947, we thought we'll just go to Dehradun for a few couple of months and then finally settle, go back to Lahore from where I came. Nobody at that time imagined that going back to Lahore would be an impossibility. That has become another country altogether. But still, we were nourishing that hope will we go back to Lahore one of these days. But that was not to be. So as a result, we became Pakka Dehradunite. We are tonight today. And Dehradun has come into my very being, in my blood, in my veins. So when in 47 I was 17 years of age. Now I'm almost 90, 90 plus. So Dehradun was also then small little town, teenager. It was growing up as a town. So 1951, 52, more people came to Dehradun. Then ONGC was set up here in 1956. More and more hundreds of people came to Dehradun. They all came from different parts of the country and stayed here. So everybody becomes a Dunite in course of 4 years, 5 years, and they love Dehradun. They cling to it, and Dehradun also clings to them. So I almost feel as if I am a twin brother of Dehradun. I'm a twin, or a so Dehradun seems to have that particular quality that clings to you, that stays with you. That's all for the time being. But Dehradun still has, some years ago I used to say, that Dehradun has all the qualities of a big town and none of the bad points. Dehradun has good points of big town like top restaurants, top hotels, top picture houses, and top institutions, and none of the bad points like traffic and noise and pollution and all that. But now Dehradun too has become a polluted town like other towns. Too much traffic, too much everything. There's too much of everything in Dehradun. But still, Dehradun is Dehradun. I won't leave Dehradun for any other city in the world. Be sure of that.
Right. So that's the kind of love he has for Dehradun, and it is all expressed in his book, Dateline Dehradun. Sir,
Yes.
in your book, you have talked about a lot of personalities who have lived in Dehradun, who have contributed to Dehradun. So I think almost 50 such people you have described and written about in your book. So which one would you say is stands taller than the others in your mind? The one personality of personalities in Dehradun.
In my opinion, it is Ruskin Bond who also indirectly inspired me to become a writer. We were, Ruskin Bond and I were good friends when he was a teenager, and I was 20 something. He came from, returned from England after spending a couple of years there, and he didn't have anything to do what to do. His book, Room on the Roof, was not published. It was in doldrums, and the publishers were also playing dilly dilly with them with him. So fortunately, the book was eventually published. Did and I gave it lot of exposure in papers like Statesman, which I represented at that time. And Ruskin acknowledged it, but for that publicity in Statesman, I wouldn't have got the opportunity to write for Illustrated Weekly of India. When the editor of then editor of Illustrated Weekly, Mr. Mandy, read about Ruskin Bond, he invited him to write a column for them every week, which was a big deal for Ruskin Bond. So Ruskin and I became good friends at that time. I was 5 years senior to him, 4 years senior, exactly. So, so Ruskin Bond also influenced me in the sense that I also thought, why shouldn't I write? I was a writer always, journalist, but not a creative writer. Ruskin Bond was a storyteller. I'm not a storyteller. I'm a non-fiction man, essentially. So, as a non-fiction man, I wrote lot of things, lot of things. I didn't spare any institution, any person, any individual, any good thing, any bad thing. I wrote on everything under the sun. So that is how I feel like writing now. Even today at 90, when most people want to relax and live, I work 8 hours every day. My working schedule is 9:30 in the morning to 1:30 in the afternoon, then 2 hours of lunch and siesta, then 4:30 or 3:30 till 7:30. So who else, tell me, who else has the motivation at this age to write, work for 8 hours? Now my next book, as I told you, is about obituaries. Obituary, when I told people that I'm going to bring out a book on obituaries, they were wondering, what obituaries? What is obituary? I said it's life story of a person in past tense. Profile is life story of a person in present tense. He is doing this, he is doing that. And obituary is life story of a person in past tense. So when I started studying the subject more and more, doing research in obituaries, I found it very fascinating subject. I became enamored with death. You know, I thought death is a big subject worldwide, and death is a big business too. So hopefully, I'm working on that book now. So I finished almost everything for this Dateline Dehradun, except one edition is to come out. Let me explain. I'm bringing out a updated edition of Dateline Dehradun, smaller edition. I've excluded all the schools. Schools will not be there now, nor will be the institutions. Only people, and I've introduced a new feature that is about couples made for each other, husband and wife. So I've selected about 20 couples in Dehradun and Missouri who will be featured in that book as couples made for each other. So that is my new feature, and that hopefully becomes quite popular. People are coming forward to volunteer their views on marriage, on the problems of marriage, on their children. So it's sort of creating new interest in the book also. And also people are becoming interested couples, police bosses, political bosses, administrative bosses, all over. Authors, writers, principals, college principals, school principals, they're all coming to be featured in that couples section. So that is my this thing, and God willing, let me hope it will be done successfully.
Yes, of course. And let me tell all the viewers out there that the first couple to be featured, I'm sure, will be Mr. Raj himself and his wife Amber. So did you get inspired from her for this feature?
Yeah, okay. I'm so sorry I didn't get your question. I'm sorry. This is
No
some
problem.
problem
Let
in
I was just
unless
telling our viewers about your wife Amber and how you two are also made for each other.
about my wife Amber. You would like to know what I feel about her. Thank
Yes,
you.
as part of the couple feature.
It's the most difficult question uh, for me. When I wrote this book, Dateline Dehradun, I wrote about so many women featured, about 50 women I featured in my book, Dehradun. And when it came to writing about my wife, Amber, I felt very difficult to write about her. I didn't know what to write and what not to write. So, marriage is like I don't know what it is. It is a different thing altogether, marriage. We have been married now for 55 years. All those 55 years cannot be the same. The journey is not the same routine journey. There were ups and downs, downs and ups. So that is what marriage is, and that is what life is also. Ups and downs, like a roller coaster ride. up जा रहा है, नीचे आ रहा है. So life, marriage too is like a roller coaster ride. But People are those who believe in saying agreeing to everybody. If my wife says something, I agree. I say something, she agrees. So if people should become agreeable couples, not argue on. A wife hates to be argued about. If she wants something, I say okay, I'll get it done, no problem. I don't have to argue. Why should I do it? No. So never argue with your wife if you want to live happily thereafter. Then question whether marriage is a happy marriage or unhappy marriage is another point. That also I say the phases of that marriage. Some phases are very happy, some are not so happy, some are okay. So life, marriage is also it has own uncertainties and certainties and everything. But frankly, today I feel very happy. My wife is great wife. On the Karwa Chauth day, other day, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, she touched my feet, and that brought tears to my eyes. As I speak now, tears are there. She touched my feet, and I felt so small. So that is the point. Thank you for this asking this question. Good wife, and I have 3 children. All are beautiful children. Two of them live in USA, and third one is the boss of our company, SK Oilfield, which I resigned in 20 years ago, from which I resigned. It's a big company, and happily we are doing very well business wise. Thank to God.
So it was your hard work that set up that company. You set up
Sorry?
SK Oil Field 30 years ago.
Yes,
So how much hard work you put into it? Well, now you
question
work
kya
8 hours.
So sorry,
जब
just a
आपने
minute.
कंपनी सेट
Oh, okay, okay. SK Oilfield. Yes, that is also very interesting question. In 2000 and when I got married in 1965, I was I had been a roller coaster ride and Rolling Stone up to 1965, 64. I was in 5 different jobs. I was with Himachal government. I was with Indian Express. I was with ONGC as their first public relations officer. I was with Bansla Malhotra and Company in Calcutta as their advertising manager. I was everywhere those 5 6 days, 5 6 years. Then, then I returned to Dehradun in 1954 December. Sorry, 64 December. And I started a paper. It's called Witness. When I started Witness in 1964, August 64, 14th August, Witness became a very popular paper, and my wife also came to know about it. Witness, and through Witness, she came to know me. I had many admiring readers, especially women. There was a special column, question and answers column, like Babur Rao Patel's column in Old Mother India. I had a column like question and answer, and most of these girls and women would ask a lot of questions. Why, Mr. Rajkamar, you do this, you do this, that, like that. So in course of time, I met my wife. लोग पूछते हैं कहाँ मिले अपनी बीवी को सड़क पे मिला आई मेट ऑन द रोड as simple as that. And then we decided to marry in no time. So after those marriage in 65, 1965, I found myself very hard up financially. I have no income. Witness paper had almost died a natural death. And I became all my savings from Calcutta and ONGC and all that, they had finished. I was exhausted. Then someone in ONGC suggested me, Raj, why don't you start a company? I said, I know nothing about company. I'm a journalist, I'm a writer. What do I know about business? Because no, 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 I'll guide you. Start a company. Represent some foreign companies in India. Become an Indian agent of foreign companies. So I said, it's easier said than done. Because don't worry, there's a requirement for this item coming up, and these are two companies which manufacture these items. You contact them and try to represent them. I said, okay. Since my English was good, I was very good with correspondence. So I wrote letters to these companies, and fortunately, both of them came up. Okay, we want you to represent us. So in due course, this business developed. I got one company after another, another. In due course, I had 20 companies, world top companies. So from
Wow.
1970 onwards till 1990, I made a lot of money. I mean, my company became an international company, SK Oilfield. And now my son is the managing director. Company has a major big office in Bombay and in Delhi also. So I am retired. I am relaxing. I am writing. I am enjoying. That's all I do now.
Very good. So, can we unwrap your book now and officially launch it?
Yes, yes, please.
Many congratulations. Many congratulations, sir, and thank you for the honor of launching it
Sorry.
at WOW. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. God bless you. God bless.
Thank you for being with us today at WOW. Thank you.
Thank you for taking time to interview me. God bless you all.
No,
Come Dehradun
my
sometime.
pleasure. Yes,
Bye.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Most welcome. Be my guest.
Thank you.